You've been so kind enough to agree to come on my podcast. It's very kind of you. So, question about God. It's a big question. Do you believe in God?
Okay, so my spiritual
Mm.
beliefs, um, I do believe in something, a higher power that's bigger than me on my own. I don't believe there's a man sitting up in the sky being God. I believe there's energy, and I kind of just think of it as energy. So there's powerful energy, and I think as well, if you believe in that, you have to believe in bad energy. So there's bad energy, good energy, and I kind of see it as a light, some sort of light and energy. That's my
Lovely.
thing.
That's wonderful. So, when you were growing up, did you have any beliefs about coincidence or superstitions?
I think my mum really impacted all that stuff. Don't walk
Okay.
under a ladder, don't put shoes on the table, even new shoes. You can't put shoes on the table. You can't cross your knife and fork. You can't borrow salt. There's lots of things around salt. Um,
Loads of superstitions.
she's very yeah, she had all the like superstition beliefs
Oh.
and like fed them to me.
Mm. So was that sort of a fear-based thinking? Like from everything you know now, when you look back, did you recognize it as being, if we do this thing, something bad's going to happen?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Um, she was an anxious person, but she wasn't anxious about that. She used to kind of say it tongue in cheek, but
Okay.
still she wouldn't do those things. She wouldn't put an
She
umbrella
wouldn't
up
do it.
indoors. She wouldn't kick
Mm,
a ball indoors.
mm,
She wouldn't cross the knife and fork. That's really bad.
mm. Yeah. What happens if you cross a knife and fork?
There's going to be an argument.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, I've heard that about going up and down stairs. If you cross someone on the stairs, I can't do
Yes.
that. I can't do it. I'd
No,
rather
I
walk back
can't.
up and let them come first and
Me
then go.
too. Yeah, I can't because I used to get into trouble for that. If mum was half upstairs or dad, um, or my brothers, then and I went down, then I'd get into trouble. I'd get told off. Don't ever do that.
Because
That's
it's going to lead to an
bad.
argument. Yeah, it's going to lead to
Yeah.
an argument. It's interesting, isn't it? We're going to have to look into where these the origins of these superstitions come from, I think.
Yeah.
So, thinking about any time during your life, can you remember having any significant dreams or any premonition type dreams?
Premonition. No,
Mm.
not really. Not
Not
in
at
my
all. You've never
dreams.
dreamt, not in your dreams. Have you had premonition outside of your dreams?
I mean, I don't know. What do you call a premonition? What would you?
People get a hunch that there's something wrong with a person and they pick the phone up and call them and there's something going on with that person, that they're dying, or they have a premonition that something's going to happen to Uncle Albert and then next day he's dead, or it can be anything. People get this pre-advanced sort of information, or they get a sense to call someone and then that person is actually in need of that call. Or
Right.
you dream about somebody being pregnant, and the next week they come around and they go, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and you're like, "I knew that was going to happen because I had a dream about it." I mean, some people have really profound, significant dreams specifically about a person. Someone I know, she dreamed that she went to, might have been Thailand or Malaysia, somewhere over there where they have a lot of lotus leaves. And she had a dream about this woman sitting cross-legged in like this lotus position, surrounded by all these wonderful leaves on the lake. And she worked on cruise ships. And when they got off the cruise ship, they went for a visit in this place, went to a temple, and they walked up and there's this woman that she dreamt about. She dreamt about this person. And then she appeared in her life. And that's like, well, that is a little bit not easy to explain, right?
That is a bit out there, isn't it? I kind of get deja vu. I like, well, I've been to this place before, but I know I haven't.
What about bumping into people you know when you don't expect to see them?
I've, yeah, I've done that when I was quite young, about 14 or 15. I was a bit of a rebel. And so I used to travel, but because I didn't have any money at that age, um, I used to hitchhike all over the place. used to go up north, up Hull, and had friends up there. But I'd hitchhike, and I wouldn't tell my mum. I'd just do it and disappear, and then come back. I was probably a bit of a problem child, but yeah, I was hitchhiking miles away from where I lived, and I saw someone that I knew. He couldn't pick me up actually because he wasn't going that way or something happened, but he stopped and said hello. So yeah,
Oh
that
my goodness, that is
has
so
happened.
bizarre, isn't it? Someone,
Yeah.
and here's the thing, how my mind works.
Mm.
He stopped and said hello, delayed you a little bit. We don't
Yeah.
know what would have happened if he hadn't stopped and said hello. Because anything could have happened to you, right? You could have been picked up by, you
Yeah.
might not be here now. Anything could have happened if you're hitchhiking, right? But
Yeah.
maybe him stopping and speaking to you might have protected you from who knows what.
You don't know what's going to happen. I was kind of fearless, and didn't worry about things like that.
No, but this is it. Your protection, you were protected. So thinking about it now, how lucky that was, and that's all it was. Was it luck or were you protected? Was it that? Was it? Do you believe that things are meant to happen
I
in a?
do, yeah, I do believe that things are meant to happen. I was traveling, me and my friend traveling in China. We'd done a trek up the China Wall, and we'd done that with a group of people we spent a few days with them, about 5 days trekking. And then after the trek, they all went home, and me and my friend, we wanted to go and see the Terracotta Army. So we was in Beijing, and then my friend was like, because I've traveled quite a lot, she was like, how are we going to get to Xi'an? It's Xi'an where the Terracotta Army are. I was like, I don't really know, but we can just walk out to the square.
So you trusted your instincts. Yeah.
And so we went to the square because I said to her, we'll probably meet someone that'll tell us how to get there. So she was very doubtful and didn't believe me, but we did. We met two art students and we spent the whole day with them. And we bought some of their art and they took us to an authentic Chinese restaurant. We all had a meal.
It's lovely, isn't it? I mean, it is typical. If you're in a tourist place, like as you say, there's going to be someone that knows the way, the direction to the main tourist attraction. But to meet people that want to spend time with you, that take you around to a restaurant, it's like they become your own personal guides.
Yeah, and they told us how to where to get the train, go to the station. You can get hard bed or soft bed. There wasn't any soft bed, so we had to get
No.
the hard bed.
Oh.
Um, and so I don't think it was. I think it was like the soft bed was in a little private cabin, and the hard bed was like just a bunk in a little recess off the corridor. And then we got out at the other end, and then like my friend was like, "Oh, well, now what?" But then we just got a cab and got a taxi and asked him to take us somewhere that wasn't too expensive that we could stay. So then we was all set up to go to the Terracotta Army.
A lot of trust involved there, trusting people and being able to gauge whether or not this person's trustworthy.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like when we met the art students, I didn't really have any doubts about them. They were really friendly, really nice people.
But do
Yeah,
you think that how you are as a person sort of allows you to feel negativity from other people or feel when other people have got malintent towards you? Do you pick up on that as a
I
sort of
do pick up.
energy?
Yeah, I do pick up on that kind of energy. So I pick up on this feels okay, or this doesn't feel okay. And I always get, and I suppose you could call that a premonition.
Or is
Do
it
you?
sort of intuition? I think it's
Intuition.
intuition. Yeah, premonition is where I'm trying to think of a premonition example. It's where you just know something a few little while before it happens. And that can be like 30 minutes before it happens, or 10 minutes before it happens, or like you just have an idea. You imagine when you're driving and you're coming up to junction, you can't see either way, you've got no idea where there's a car, but you have a feeling that there's a car. Right, I mean, that's not even premonition, but that's probably
Yeah, that
you're
that
talking about
is
that feeling of, and
yeah,
then you slow down for no reason and a car flies past, like, whoa, where did that come
yeah,
from? And that's like
yeah.
some sort of awareness that we've got of a bigger field. It's like, oh, and it can feel like deja vu, but is that premonition? I don't know.
I don't know. I do feel like I've had the deja vu thing.
For places mainly. So you go into a place and you feel like this feels so comfortable. It feels like I really know this place.
Yeah. I don't know if you know Belfair's Woods. It's
I
just a
do, I
little
know that
woods
well. Yeah.
locally,
Mm.
and I walked right the way through it, and I thought I'd been there before, and I knew where the exit was because there's an exit gate on the like on the other side of it, and
Mm.
I was like, but I'd never been there before. I'd never been there.
No,
So
really.
that's what you're talking about,
Well,
isn't it?
well, that's sort of, I'm not sure what that is. I don't think it's premonition. I
But
don't know.
there was
I
this
don't,
little clearing in the woods, and I was like, yeah, I know I've been here
been
before.
here before. Dear
But
viewers, if you can enlighten us as to what premonition is, we're going to have to Google this now to figure out. Hold on a minute, let me just Google. A premonition, according to AI, is a strong feeling, often intuitive, that something, especially something unpleasant, is going to happen. It's a forewarning or presentiment of the future, sometimes detailed and sometimes vague. Okay, like about a friend dying the night before they pass away, or feeling of unease about an upcoming trip. Yeah, that would be the thing. Like not getting on a plane and then the plane goes on to have all sorts of problems with it because you had a dream about it the night before, because you had a feeling about it, or you had a premonition, even though you can't really pinpoint what it is. I don't know. It's difficult. That idea of walking somewhere and recognizing where you are, even though you've never been there. I don't know what that word is. There's going to be a word for it, but I just don't know what it is.
I call it deja vu. Maybe. Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. So I feel like there's like there's spirits and a bigger thing at play here. There's other things apart from us and what we know and
Do you think that they guide us around using these little
yeah.
experiences?
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes they make things really difficult for us.
But why would they?
Put you somewhere where you're unable to, I don't know, maybe not communicate with anyone or not be able to travel, and they make that happen, or you're in that position, and
So that
then
you can grow and learn something.
so that you learn from it, yeah. Or something else is happening, like if you was meant where you
Oh,
was
yeah,
meant to be, something terrible happened there. And it's
exactly.
like, oh, I'm glad I was like stuck there in that place. Because actually I would have like been, I don't know,
You'd have been caught up in it. Yeah,
caught
totally.
up in the
Yeah, would have
bad
been
thing.
protection. Yeah, exactly. And it can feel
Yeah.
like a delay. It can feel like an obstacle, an obstruction, something you don't want and frustrating. But
Yeah.
actually, it's for your own good in the long run.
Yeah. When you think about it, you think, oh, I'm glad actually that that happened.
I know. When I think about the things I've had nearly happen to me, I'm like, whoa, how did I miss that? And then when I look back and I think, well, yeah, I left my keys indoors, I had to go back in. I forgot something, that happened. And it stopped me enough that I was 30 seconds before disaster.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Mm. It's the most unusual number, which is like, it's never come up in my life. And I was just thinking it's never come up in my life. And one of my friends texted me, and then I noticed her phone number ends with 137. I was like, oh, maybe it has.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I know, I never noticed it before or given it any attention.
Yeah, because perhaps I just don't notice
Just don't
things.
know. We don't give it any meaning or any, it doesn't mean anything. And it still doesn't mean anything. It's just a coincidence, right? But
Yeah,
for me, I love that. It just feels like, oh, okay, yeah, universe is still paying attention, still aware that I'm here, you know.
yeah,
And then often I think also when I see these things is a reminder to be more spiritual, and then I'm about to be tested in some way, that someone's going to cross my path, that I'm going to have to rise above their nonsense or whatever it is they're trying to deliver me. So for instance, you see one of these things and then you find yourself in a shop and something's happening where you're needed to give them a carrier bag or you're needed to help out in some way, and if you're not in the room you're going to miss it. So to me, it's a reminder to pay attention. What's going on right here, right now? What are you missing? What needs to happen here? That's
yeah.
what it
I
means
mean,
to me.
that's lovely. That's quite a
That's
nice
it's just what I
way to
use it
look at it.
for.
Yeah,
Because if it is spirit guides trying to get your attention for something, what otherwise, what is it for? Why are these things happening? If it's not to make you sort of more aware.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I,
Mm.
yeah.
We don't know, do we? Is there anything else that's happened to you in your life that you think that was a weird set of circumstances that all came together mysteriously to make things happen?
I was in another country for a while. Everything was quite temporary there. I didn't have a doctor. I didn't have any health checkups. And so this is something to do with health. I applied for a job, and to get the job, I had to have a health checkup. And it was a full health checkup. And then they identified I had some funny, dodgy cells, I call it. I had to have a colon biopsy actually because it was the beginning of cancer.
Mm.
So, like cervical cancer. So that was quite interesting.
So if you
Yeah,
hadn't applied for that job, you would never have had
I wouldn't have
a
had
test
a
and you
test. I
wouldn't have
wouldn't have
known
even been thinking about I might have
having a
any
check.
health issues, or I need to see a doctor, or I need to go and get some sort of health check. I hadn't thought about that whatsoever.
What sort of job was it you had to apply for?
It was a job just working for a charity.
Did you get the job?
Yeah, I did.
You did get the job. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Just
that's,
helping people like abroad, and kind of like a courier kind of thing, to help people and guide them on like to where they're going.
there you go. So you're the person giving directions. You're the person who knows the way. People actually paid you to show other people the way because that's how I see that. When people ask me for directions, I see that as a reminder that I'm the person that knows the way. You've actually done a job where you've been the person that's able to direct other people.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
thinking about being asked for directions, right? Apart from the one in China,
yeah,
have you noticed that people generally will ask you for directions when you're walking about or you're going about your business? Have you ever noticed
yes,
that?
yeah, I do. Yeah.
People ask you for directions.
Yeah, but I have had that. Not so much now. Everyone's got Google now, so they don't need directions. But sometimes, and more in like before the Google phones come out, where you could just find your way anywhere.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I've had a lot of that. People asking for directions. Now and then people ask, but not. It's quite rare now.
But also
Yeah.
people ask for selfies now. Have you had people asking you to take a selfie? That's the replacement for me. If I walk along the seafront, people used to ask for directions. You walk along the seafront now, people ask for selfies.
Okay.
You know, with the taking the photos and they've got their whole family there and they
Oh,
go,
that
can I
you
have a
take the
selfie? Can
photo
you
of
take it
them.
for them? Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry if
yeah,
I said the wrong word. Whatever the opposite of not taking a photo of yourself but taking a photo for other people is, whatever that is. Yeah,
yeah,
that's people do that now.
yeah.
And
People
I'm
do
like,
do that.
oh, okay, that's great. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a little reminder that you were rescued from, that you're aware of. Have you ever had been rescued by somebody who
Um.
just happened to turn up and rescue you?
Yeah. And this is it's quite funny actually. That I was abseiling. This is a few years ago. Abseiling down the White Cliffs of Dover. I wasn't experienced it, and I was really scared. So, my legs were really shaking, and the guide, was saying, "Keep your legs straight," and da, 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 and you had to let go of the rope. So let go of it a little bit at a time. So you go down. And then I let go of the rope completely, dropped it, and I landed on this like a little shelf. And then someone come and rescued me. But it wasn't, by then, I didn't know, but I was almost down. I wasn't very high up.
But
But
you
I
didn't
was
know
really
that.
scared.
Scared.
Yeah, I was really scared. I wouldn't say it is life-threatening.
No.
But I think I've had a lot of stuff go on like that, where I have been
Oh, go on.
rescued.
Have you ever
No.
been in a position where you've rescued someone else?
I think I might have rescued, could have been one of my children actually. This is quite a few years ago, just from swimming in the sea, that they were in trouble, and I went and rescued them. I feel like that does happen a lot as well. No, this was in Vietnam, and it was raining, and it was warm rain. The rain was warm. It wasn't, but I was getting really wet. I didn't have an umbrella. It just started really, really pouring of rain, and then I was still kept walking through. Like I was walking back to where I was staying, and I was literally like everything was wet. My everything in my bag was wet. I was just like
Soaked through.
soaked through. Um, and then one of the local guys just said, "Come and stand under the tree or get into wet." Because I thought, oh, it's not really harming me. And it's quite warm. I'm not cold, but it was really torrential rain, and he stopped me from.
And
I
he's, yeah,
wait till it's
he
finished.
just happened to be in the right place at the right time to spot you. That's my thing, is that people just happen to be in the right place at the right time to stop the
Yeah, I mean,
further.
it was just a small thing, really. I don't know if it really did. So yeah, I was just getting too wet.
No, this is it. And it doesn't have to be life ending or life threatening. It's just helped you and changed the course of your. It could have been awful. We've got no idea, have we, how that would have ended. But
Yeah,
it was somebody who could see you were doing the wrong thing, going the wrong way, and they've reeled you back
yeah,
in, said, hold on a minute, something's happening. It's not supposed to be happening here.
yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any high strangeness at all, like the Mandela effect type memories. Have you heard of the Mandela effect?
What is it? Just
Do you know Nelson Mandela?
yeah.
Can you remember when he died?
I can remember when he died. Yeah.
Go on, when do you think he died?
When?
Hmm.
God, I remember him dying. Was it perhaps 10 years ago?
2013, I think it was. Yeah, so it's about that. It's 2025, isn't it? Yeah, that's what you
Okay.
remember. Yeah, some people remember him dying a lot sooner than that, right? There's a whole group of people out there that remember something different happening. And that's why it's called the Mandela effect, because there are people out there that remember certain memories differently from the rest of society. Right, so there's a whole group of people out there that believe a different set of memories, and but they all believe the same thing. I know there's an American one, Berenstain Bears or Berenstain Bears. Have you ever even heard of the Berenstain Bears?
No,
I hadn't. Have you seen the Star Wars series?
I haven't really seen all of the Star Wars. No.
Do you remember him saying, Luke, I am your father?
Yes.
Right, do you remember that? Apparently, he
Yeah.
didn't say that. He didn't say the Luke. He said, I am your father. But there's a whole group of people that remember,
Oh.
including the actor, including him. He said, Luke, I'm your father.
Oh. Oh,
And
the
there's,
actor thought he said it.
yeah, and he probably did say it. There's people that debunk this and say, oh, this is just nonsense. You're remembering it badly. You've got something wrong with your memories. And then they'll find reasons as to why this is all false, you know. But there are a lot of people out there that have got these false memories about what has happened. What people call it is reality shifting and going into different dimensions, right? That's the theory. No proof
Yeah.
of that. But the people
Yeah.
that debunk it say, no, you just got your memories just, you're just remembering it wrong. So that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks ever so much, Kay. I'm going to let you go because I know you've got a busy day. Thank you ever so much for joining me and my
Okay.
viewers. And I will put a little link underneath in case anyone wants to contact you about counselling, therapy, or anyone wants to interrogate you further about your travels or anything.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tamasin.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.